Hi there, hope that you're doing well. So, I'd like to talk more about this book written by Adam Smith in 1766, The Wealth of Nations, and I'd like to talk a little more about the concepts and the ideas espoused in this book and how this book was to become the foundation of the singular discipline known as economics. You see, economic ideas were going around prior to Smith writing the book, but Smith really laid the way for economics becoming a singular discipline in its own right. So Smith talked about the ideology of the time being mercantilism, and said, in his view, that it was a rather zero-sum game, because a nation looking to increase its wealth could do one of two things. They could invade another country and take its resources, or they could look to maximize the things the country exported and minimize imports, the things that it imports, so it could become wealthy through just exporting things, just exporting products on the global market. But Smith argued that there was another way to generate wealth as a nation, and him and his contemporaries viewed farming and manufacturing as similar things, in that they were both value adding processes. You know, they took something and then they added value via labour. So manufacturing, you took the resources, you added labour to them, and you created a finished product, just as the same as you would do on the farm. But this didn't happen so quickly in the Americas. Now, to set a little bit of context here, to set a little bit of background, in 1766, the Declaration of Independence was being written, and America, the United States, as it was to become, was on the way to becoming a superpower, an independent superpower, and the economic colossus of the 20th century. But going back to the 18th century, a sugar tax had previously been enforced on the colonies, because Britain had accrued a massive, at the time, national debt, securing the colonies from France in the 100 Years' War, or not the 100 Years' War, in the 7 Years' War. I got my wars mixed up. So Smith argues that the Industrial Revolution didn't happen in America because America had abundant land, so you didn't need to invest so much capital up front. So to become wealthy, all you needed to do is set up a plantation and employ some workers, and if it didn't work, then you could just sell the land. But in Britain, we didn't have much land that could be utilised. Every part of the farmland that was available had been used. So we went to manufacturing. A factory would use less land than a farm. So you would need to invest in setting up the factory, but afterwards you could get more returns with less land, and you could maximize profits by trading across the world. And then you have the birth of the British Empire. But I guess I'll have to read more into it, and then I can discuss that in another video. But I hope you've found this valuable, and I look forward to hearing your feedback and comments. Have a great day.